backcountry wild. He's a man with a backcountry style, searching for treasure yet untold, up and down the creeks for his gold. And it's mine or bust, mine or bust, mine or bust, because it's in his blood and that's what a miner does. Just like the gold rushers of old, who live and died for their gold, with picks, packs, shovels, rifles in hand, up and down the creeks in the backcountry land. It's mine or bust, mine or bust, mine or bust, because it's in his blood and that's what a miner does.
Oh, there. It's a nice cool fall evening. Leaves are just about dropped. It's getting a lot colder at night. And we're at the end of the season here now. Learned quite a bit about the ground. Definitely have a lot better idea for a small scale mine in here as far as the plan goes and what to expect. The golds are looking good, the ground's looking good. Now we just need to get in here next season a little larger, with a better plan. Last time we managed to cut away a large portion of this hill and uncovered a section of old channel that shaped this valley. Making a large stockpile of pay gravels, we began to wash the gravels for the golds, well, at least till this holding pond filled up with water. Rather than just sit here and watch water drain, we decided to push a trail into the back of this claim and hunt down these old river channels. Cameraman and operator. As long as we can trace up gold, this will be a easy place to start. That's all this compact sand material up in here, so it makes it easy on the machine to dig out this little channel. We just shut down for the night here. I'm just checking out the sluice box, and I can see something in there that don't look like a rock right in there up front here. I always like to look in this section, see if a guy can see any pickers or any nuggets, and it's looking like a nice nugget there. I never look in my riffles here for gold. I don't know really what goes on in some people's sluices, but these angle iron riffles, if you're seeing gold stacked up in the top here, that means your riffle system is packed with heavies and it's getting locked. It's probably losing gold. The idea of this is to keep boiling the gold down. 99% of your gold you won't even see if you're running your sluice properly. But yeah, this is a nice looking piece right up here. Well, looks like about a gram or better. Well, it's got some nice quartz attached to it. There's nothing better than quartz and gold. It always looks so pretty. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Nice piece of gold like that on top of the sluice. There's probably going to be something nice underneath here. Yeah, we're going to shut down. We're going to go have some dinner. Just enjoy the rest of the night.
We began our morning, as always, washing gravels for its golds. Well, at least till the settling pond backs up with water. Today we're going to clean up the sluice and see what kind of golds it holds. Well, I don't know about you, but that was a pretty good sample. For around 5 yards, 3 grams of gold, and a nice little nugget. While we wait for this settling pond to drain out, we spend the rest of the afternoon exploring the top of this claim and hunt for some old channels. After all, we're not down here to mine, we're down here sampling to prove this ground up for a mine next season.
Yeah, I'm sure liking running an excavator versus slashing trails and digging holes by hand. Matter of an hour, I pushed a trail in here, opened up the sample, traced out 2 old rivers, pushed the other trail in the backside here for my next sample site. This will be the last one on this side. I put this one basically right in the middle. Got the river channel over there, about 100 feet. And you got an old river bank that runs all along here. Obviously the river runs up on top there, according to that sample site. Yeah, this river that runs under here was just left high and dry. So I'm hoping right in here should be pretty much the center of the channel. Yeah, we'll dig this up and we'll see what's underneath here.
Well, I think we found the center of this old river channel as I'm at the max reach for this little excavator.
Well, we continued pushing the trail in from the old sample. Just about done down there. We'll be cleaning that up. Dug a spot down in here. It's Old river gravel, fairly shallow. Seems to be multiple river channels at different elevations as well. Some are high and dry, and some are under this clay slant. It's a clay sand material. This one here, about 3 feet of the clay sand, just started hitting the old river. And you go up here, basically you got about 3.5 feet hitting the old river down below there. Same as up here, same overburden material, a little deeper, about 4 feet. Just starting to hit the old river. I'm going to go over here. That one's roughly 4 feet to the old river here. And then you go over here. You got the next elevation up. It looks like an old river bank running along here. And underneath all this, it's the old river material sitting on that overburden over here. So very well, could be a secondary channel underneath this as well. Underneath this whole structure possibly as well. When a guy goes to strip mine this out, have to drop a few holes going up to that hill, and just make sure you're not leaving anything behind. Yeah, it's almost like there's a couple different events that happen here. This old channel runs across here. There's a slide that cut it off. It's underneath the slide material. Well, this here is kind of a mystery. With this river high and dry, it's got like no overburden on it. This material here didn't come from up there. So I'm thinking thousands of years ago, this valley, the hill on the other side of the creek, used to be further over here. And this creek run the valley on this side, and it kept cutting over here. And there's big clay sand glacier mix that kept landsliding across, shifting the rivers around, burying them, till it went to the channel over on this side, which is the same as this, not much overburden. And then when you go further downriver, I'm pretty sure it's this channel under this overburden that we're working down there. And all rivers will cut down on a grade, so there's not as much overburden on this as there is down there. There's about 10 feet of overburden there. Here roughly about 4 to a max of 6. You see this old river down in this section has about 6 feet of that material. It almost looks like there's 2 events as well. There's one that's more of a sand, and one on top here that's more of a clay. But it's like one layer, another layer just above the river, and then the river itself. Same as when you go over here, same type of material. But over on this side, channel gets a little deeper, cutting this hole out. See all the old river tucked underneath this material. I've dropped sample holes down just past this point last year, and this is exactly what I was doing. Was dug through about 7-8 feet of this material, and I was just touching the old river, and I sampled gold on it. And it's just a continuation all the way through Basically, you got years of mining just in this spot. And this is probably only about 15, maybe 20% of this claim. It's quite large. Brutus. Squirrels aren't too happy. Yeah, a guy could start mining in here. You got a large section of land. You got very little overburden. You could use this elevation, create some settling ponds down in here, cut this hill out, and then just wash everything back. Push your overburden one way. But this is looking like a nice spot to start. We're gonna do some sampling and out of this old river here tomorrow. Take a little bulk sample off here. I'm not going to bring the wash plant up here. I don't think I have quite enough hose, and there's no point. I can recognize the old river channel. Pull a little sample off the bottom here, probably run it through the high banker. And if the gold looks consistent with what I'm used to finding, then it's definitely a good to go. Yeah, guys got years of mining in here. But yeah, we'll pull a sample out of here tomorrow, and we'll clean all this up, and we'll call this good enough for the top end. Once this is cleaned, we're going to be going down river, and we're going to be tracing the channels down through the flats.
Starting out our day washing gravels, and the holding pond is already backing up. It's a good thing I'm just down here sampling this season and not trying to make any money. The wash plant's working out great, but that sluice is way too small. But we make the best of everything, and we head off and do some more sampling.
Well, we grabbed about 5 or 6 buckets off the bottom here from sample hole number 4. Brought them down so we can run them through the high banker down by camp there. We'll wash a yard or two out of this sample hole. See, it's sandy clay gravel mix on the bottom here, so we'll get a good idea of what, if any, type of golds are running through here. The whole idea is to figure out what's in this top block. This channel is pretty much high and dry. See, there's no overburden on this at all, so it'd be a nice place to start mining. Guy could use this sandy false bedrock down in here, carve out a nice hole for a settling pond, work his way across here to start a mine next season in this area. It's looking like a good place to start. So you just got to get rid of the foliage, a few trees here and there, And nice easy digging. If there's decent gold in here, why not? Good place to start. Yeah, first things first, we gotta start washing gravel and see what kind of gold's sitting in here. Oh, I bet Josh didn't think we'd be doing this again this year. Samples are samples, no matter if it's through a wash plant, high banker, or a gold pan. Gotta get the job done. Well, man, the seasons are changing. Sun's going down a lot quicker, getting cooler out. Mosquitoes and flies are pretty much done. And little no-see-ums are still out pretty thick. Kind of a pain. Got quite a little bite on them for something that you can barely see. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's in this gravel. I always wondered what was in the top corner there. It always interested me. Now we're going to find out what's in there. Yeah, that's one thing for sure, guy. It's probably a lot better off to be a prospector before a miner. A lot of people fail just going out mining. Just because you have a gold claim doesn't mean there's enough there to pay for a mine to operate. Yeah, by the time I'm done sampling this year, I'll be able to put in a good mining plan for the start up next season. The guy isn't wasting his time. Well, good morning. Had all night to think about what I've been seeing here as I've been dropping these little holes. And after all these years of prospecting and basically doing 2 years of prospecting in a few weeks with that excavator, my theories were always right that the oldest channel that cut this valley out down below us ran on this side of the valley, the canyon in behind us here. Yeah, you could go down from here I've done some sampling in the years past. There's a big bedrock knoll just down from this spot here, about 100 feet out, 50 feet down. And what I'm hoping in this area is down underneath us here is old canyon pools with that bedrock knoll, where it is and the shape of it. I almost guarantee that the old canyon pools are underneath us. Yeah, it's looking pretty promising, this top section. There's old canyon pools down below us here. Could hold some good values. We're gonna test this old river bench here that's left high and dry. Get a good trace of gold off of it, and this would be a nice place to start. Yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy my morning here and sit here and imagine the way this valley used to be.
Filling up this hopper with gravels, I can't help but think back to the days when I first started searching out the golds across this claim.
With all the heavy rain we've been having lately, we've got a nice cut with a watershed coming down through here. So you're going to get a concentration of heavy through the low spots in here. And what a better place to start sampling. We've got water, and hopefully a concentration of heavy. For the most part, I ain't really expecting to find anything, but basically you never know until you start sampling. So yeah, we'll start digging a couple of holes down and along here and see what we come up with. There's actually 2 pieces of micro gold in here, which is actually pretty good considering my first pan right on the surface. So yeah, we'll keep digging in here and we'll see what we come up with.
Over time, you start to feel a little less lost, and you start to gain an understanding of the ground and the golds that it holds. Just like everything in life, everything takes time and a little bit of work. And sooner or later, you'll get to where you need to be.
Got my coffee.
One of the things I enjoy the most is passing on the experience and the knowledge to the next generation. There are other options in life, and there are treasures out in these hills. But with today's world, you just may need to fight for it.
You think you have to arm wrestle for that?
Yeah.
Well, I make the call, and we decide to pull the plug on this sample hole. The wash plant's working great, but it's too much of a struggle fighting with the water and trying to get anything through this sluice. So we're going to clean up this site and push on into new site.
Well, we're all finished our sample in this site. Just got to fill this hole back in, drag the plant back and clean it up. Gonna keep this road here. Got a road into the back side of the claim for future sampling and mining. Yeah, we gotta clean these sites up. But yeah, next year we'll have proper settling ponds so a guy can wash all day long once he's got a good pay pile going. Yeah, we'll clean this site up here and clean that sluice out and see what we get.
Putting all the headaches and stresses to the side, this old river channel is sampling out pretty great. It's a nice little rich channel, and I look forward to chasing it in the future.
Not bad, gram per yard.
Yeah, about there.
Well, you sure can't argue with gold in the hand, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be down here and mine ground like this.
Well, Josh has just about got this site all cleaned up. Move on to other projects. It's pretty hard to get him off that machine, I think. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to next season already. Quite a large block of land up here to process. And underneath us here, we got a nice deep channel that runs on this side over here. Goes right underneath our feet here. And we're pulling basically a gram to the yard on the bottom section. It's a pretty good old channel. Just getting Josh here. Do some greasing on the machine, do a little maintenance here. Yeah, good little excavator. Pretty happy with it. Pretty cheap to run. Well, here's a little pay pile. A lot of the sandy false bedrock material in there mixed. And I wanted to make sure we were scraping the bottom, because probably 80% of the gold in this area is generally on the bottom layer. So that'll give us a better idea. Of course, you're going to have to subtract probably about 50% of that false bedrock sandy material out of the sample, but it'll give us an idea if it's the same types of golds running through this area we're used to. This old channel underneath this hill is going to be one of my main targets. Like I said, that section in the top that's high and dry, if it's carrying good gold, it'll be a good place to start a mine. Once we cut that out, the guy can cut down through this overburden layer, chase this channel. So it runs straight underneath this hill. And there's a lot of old channels still sitting up in the top here to explore. Basically, we're looking for good averages Easy targets, good places to start a mine, so a guy can start building up some capital versus going backwards. Well, we decided to shut down. Washed quite a bit of gravel here. Clean this high banker out. See what we got. Sure, there's a bit of gold in there. See if we can find any traces of gold in it. I also left a stockpile off to the side of the gravel in here. We'll just run through a high banker. Maybe about a yard of a test. Managed to run quite a bit of it. Probably 3/4 of that pile. Yeah, sun's going down. So we'll clean this up and find her down and see what we get. Good morning. Did our cleanup there late last night. It was getting a little too dark for me to see properly, so I figured I'd just wait till the morning. Quite a bit of nice gold in there, considering we didn't run a whole lot of material. Yeah, that top bench is looking pretty good. Lots of flake, lots of pieces with some depth to them. A few little pickers, bunch of nice flake. Might not seem like a whole lot in gold terms, but if you think that's basically maybe about 5 to 8 5-gallon buckets, and 50% of that was the false bedrock sandy material that's barren in gold. And for a quick sample, it's looking pretty good to me. It's definitely proving the top bench is holding some values. Yeah, we'll have our morning coffee here. Clean this gold up and wait for Josh to wake up. And today we're going to push down to the bottom section here. I'm going to push a trail in and start opening up sample holes down in that end. We pretty much have everything under control up in this area. Traced out all the channels. Lots of good channels, lots of nice gold. So we'll do a little panning and that here and there in our spare time up here, but oh, tell me that isn't a piece of gold stuck to that rock. Like I always said, it's nothing better than gold and coffee first thing in the morning.
He's a man of the backcountry wild. He's a man with a backcountry style. Searching for treasure yet untold. Up and down the creeks for his gold, and it's mine or bust. Mine or bust. Mine or bust, because it's in his blood, and that's what a miner does. Just like the gold rushers of old, who live and died for their gold. With picks, packs, shovels, rifles in hand, up and down the creeks of the backcountry land, it's mine or bust. Mine or bust. Mine or bust, because it's in his blood, and that's what a miner does.
the mother lode.